Give me that. Give me that. Let me get that. Hey, yo, dog. But y'all gotta watch Bull Face. This how you know it's over. Look at Bull Face right here. Hold up. Hold up, dog. Hold up. Where you at? Where you at? Wait up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where you at? Look at it. There he is. Look at his face. Look at his face. A-G-L-E-S.
Eagles! Eagles!
Say fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles,
Yo, that man, you know who it is. You know what it is. Your boy Fully Fresh, a.k.a. the General here reporting for duty. Listen, if you haven't done it, I appreciate if you hit that sub button right down there. That's right there, yes. And also, man, it's a bell next to it to let you know when I put up all this flavor. Last but not least, I'm sorry. Man face had me crying. But hit the like button for your boy. Push the algorithm out there. More people get to see me. More people get to see the merch. And hopefully one day enough people buy the merch. And yes, it will be in the description down below that I can quit my job. All right. Ain't no fresh facts today. I'm sorry. Fresh facts today is the Eagles is freaking dominant. Dominant. You come out and you're down 14-0. Now, I know there's been a lot of comebacks in this league this year. But when you come out and you just dominate them, and I got to shout out this offensive line. We had two guys missing. One in the first quarter, one in the third quarter. Mylotta gone for the whole game, for real, when you talk about it. Then, Opeta had to come in, and I ain't gonna lie, that one block that he had, even though he got put on his behind, for Miles Sanders to get the third down, that was the key block. This is why I said Howie Roseman is doing it like he has put together a hell of a team. I said that at the beginning of the season. I've been saying that. I've been saying it. Because when you look at this offensive line, you probably got two offensive line that can start in the NFL. Now, probably the second offensive line won't be as good, obviously. But damn, I'll be damned if they don't come in and do what they're supposed to do. So when you look at the situation, right? You go down 14-0. Jalen Hurts with a terrible pick. Terrible pick. But he knew it was terrible because he redeemed himself. He had to redeem himself. And he comes up and he fights and he claws and gets his way into the end zone. And then it was just downhill from there. It was downhill from there. Now, a lot of people, not a lot of people, some people text me saying that he should have, Nick Sirianni should have went for the field goal at the end of the game. I'm like, why? Why? Your defense is balling out, and that's without two of your starting cornerbacks. Now, Josiah Scott, he's not ready. He's not. He got past his situation, but he ain't ready. I would have did something different. I would have had C.J. Gardner play in the slot, and I would have brought Kayvon Wallace up. That was my personal opinion. They went another way, but that way kind of worked. I'm going to say this, though. Miles Sanders and the offensive line saved the day, and Jalen Hurts. Like, just a running. I mean, you put up, hold on. Let's get to these stats. I don't even know. I'm not a stat guy. But we got to talk about these stats of what the Philadelphia Eagles done. So, when you talk about rushing, right? Miles Sanders finally gets over a beam. Shout out to Miles Sanders. With two tubs? You had two tubs? Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. So, he put up 27 carries. That's a lot. But it was deserving in this weather. And this is another reason why this team is on a whole nother level. You find a way to win, no matter what. No matter if you're fighting another team, no matter if you're fighting the refs, no matter if you're fighting Mother Nature, you find a way to win. So, 134 yards, still 5 yards a carry. 5 yards a carry. Then you got Jalen Hurts. He only had 38 yards, right? But they came in big moments. They came when the team was down and we needed them bad. They did. And you got Kenneth Gainwell, 5-19. He had a touchdown. Jalen Hurts had a touchdown too. And Trey Sermon, I like him. Shout out to Boston Scott. But Trey Sermon got a little, he got some power with him, yo. You might want to utilize him more. But I get it. You only bringing up 3 running backs. Kenneth Gainwell got to get his. Boston Scott got to get theirs. And damn sure Miles Sanders got to get. Miles Sanders just proved to the NFL that, I'm here. He just proved to High Roseman, you might want to cut me a check. And we going to get into that more so in the week. But this ain't all about Miles Sanders. All right. A.J. Brown had a phenomenal night. A.J. Brown, too. When I say the guys that really took over and won this game, Dallas Goedert too, but it just in that last drop, it hurts. It hurts. But hey, you still won the game. When you look at the situation of A.J. Brown, 5 receptions, 95 yards, and they couldn't stop him until that last. And then Dallas Goedert, he had 5 receptions too, 72 yards. Quez Watkins, he was invincible. He was invisible, should I say? Not invincible. He was invisible. I don't know what was going on with him. I don't know how I understand his rain, but it's still ways that you can get my Quez Watkins into the game with screens and all that kind of stuff. But the Dallas Goedert screens was working, so, and he's a blocker. So this is why it's so this is why the defense have so much trouble with Dallas Goedert screens, because he blocked so much. He's a very, very good blocker at the tight end position. So you really believe that he's blocking. Nobody believes that Quez Watkins is blocking. If he's out there on the end, we know it's a screen. We know it's a screen. So when you look at it, man, Shane Steichen. And I know Nick Sirianni, you had some, you had your foot in this, you had your hand in this. But since Shane Steichen been taking over, this been a whole different offense. Now, Howie Roseman has a part in this too. We're bringing in so many good talent. Without A.J. Brown, some of these games we don't win. Some of these games we don't win without A.J. Brown. You have comparable wide receivers that can catch the ball at a high point, and that can just, he just looked like a bully out there. And I was saying that when we first got him, a lot of people saying, oh, he lost this and he lost that. No, y'all just saying that because he's with the Eagles. Do it look like he lost anything now? All right, so when you look at it, the defense, once again, T.J. Edwards, man, he just like the unsung hero. He's just like the quiet guy, and just goes to, he put his hard hat on, put his gloves, his work boots, steel toe, and he just goes to work. Give him my clock in sheet. Dominant. Hassan Reddick. This is why you brought him here. Jonathan Gannon, once again, this is why you brought him here. You didn't bring him here to cover people. You brought him here to go get after the quarterback and go get that football. 2 fumbles, one fumble recovery. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, man. How many sacks he had? 2 sacks, but both of them was fumble sacks. Dominant. I thought Brandon Graham set a lot of tones on a lot of things. He really did. C.J. Gardner was out there. He was just balling. Jordan Davis. Can we sign a petition for this man to get more snaps? Please. Yo, every time he's out there, it's a flash in the pan. It's like this dude, and once again, maybe it's his physique, or not his physique, but maybe he just can't stay out there that long. But give him a chance to. I understand you got the old heads out there. I understand you got Fletcher Cox, who was balling too. I understand you got Hargrave, who was balling too. I get that. But this kid is no joke. And it's scary for the league. Because when Fletcher Cox is gone, that's the man that they're going to have to deal with. Dominant. So, and then when you look at what they did to Trevor Lawrence, 147 yards. 74 yards, sorry. 11, he threw the ball only 23 times, and I understand the weather, yada, yada, yada. He did throw two tubs, 1 touchdown. But the guy that we talked about, that I talked about in my last video that you had to stop, and you did this without Darius Slay, Christian Kirk, you know how many yards he had? And I'm playing him too in fantasy. That's 3. 3! He had 3 yards. No. I'm lying. He had 60. I'm lying. He had 60. That's Russian. I'm sorry. He had 60. But he didn't get that last reception, what was a bomb, until the game was damn near over. Even though it was like 9 points and, you know, people wanted to be nervous and all that, I'm like, man, they got this. Chill. So you hold, now, who was a pain in my behind the whole game? I'm not going to lie, it was the dude, Agnew, or whatever his name, Jamal Agnew, number 39. He was a pain in my ass the whole time. And Travis, they got these weird names. Entity, he was a pain in my behind too. He was running. Like, because you really shut James Robinson down, and I was really not going to play him, but I did, and it's biting me in the behind right now. He only had 29 yards, but this is just I'm not going to say dominant, because when you look at it for real, they really only put up 14 points on the defense. So you go into a game to where as though a team put up 8, a team put up 7 the last 2 weeks. That's 15 points. They can give up 14. This defense is dominant. You give up 14 without your best guy, Darius Slay, and then Avonte Maddox goes out, and you still only give up 14 points. Dominance. Jonathan Gannon found something. He said, let me stop putting Hassan Reddick in coverage. Just go get the quarterback. Go get him. And that's what he's been doing. Now, it took him a week or two, and I was saying this the first week, but I'm glad he adjusted. I'm glad he has adjusted. It didn't take him 6 weeks like it took him last year to send Avery. He's understanding now. And that's scary for the league, because he was the crutch to me. Not the crutch, but he was the guy that I thought was going to hold us back. And he ain't been doing that, man. I got to shout Jonathan Gannon out, seriously. I mean, let me know what y'all think. Because when I look at what I just seen with my own 2 eyes, dominance. The league in trouble, 4-0. Nobody else is. We the only one undefeated. Come holler at us, y'all. Y'all already know, man. Stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Yo, that.